Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we will be talking about Lebens in Deutschland or Einbürgerungstest. We will deep dive into the questions like what is the difference between these two, how you can register for each of them, what is the test structure like, and how easy is the test to pass, and how you can prepare yourself for this test. I will share my screen. I will show you all the details of how you can actually look for the centers and then how you can prepare yourself for this test. So the main difference between Lebens in Deutschland or Einbürgerungstest is that Lebens in Deutschland, you appear for this test or you register yourself for this test when you do an integration course. So when you do an integration course, and part of this integration course, when you appear for this neutralization test, it is called Lebens in Deutschland. But if you're someone who is not required to do the integration course, for example, you have a degree from Germany. So I have a degree from Germany, so I didn't have to do the integration course. So I personally appeared for the Einbürgerungstest. So test-wise or the content-wise, both of them are exactly the same. The criteria to pass is also the same. The only difference is the name, like Lebens in Deutschland. If you do that, you can also actually get the integration certificate, which is sometimes required for the people who don't have a degree from here. So usually for the people who come here on FRB, they usually do the integration course. And end of their integration course, I think they study up till B1, and part of this, they also go through all of these questions, and at the end they do a test, and that is called Lebens in Deutschland. And on the other hand, Einbürgerungstest, this umlaut is very difficult for me to pronounce. Anyways, so this Einbürgerungstest, this anyone can do it. You can, all you have to do is look for this center in your city. You can register yourself, and then you can appear for the exam. The fee for the test is 25 euros. But one thing that you have to make sure is in majority of the cities, you have to go to the center yourself in person to do the registration. So the registration for the Einbürgerungstest is not possible online, which means you cannot pay online and register. You have to go there in person. And once you register yourself, and then you pay these 25 euro. So that is one important thing. And after that, once you register yourself, now you want to prepare for the exam, right? So in total, if we talk about the structure, so there are in total 300 questions that you have to prepare. So out of this 300 questions in the exam, there would be only 33 questions. 30 questions being about entire Germany, the politics, how is the democracy works here, how are the social norms, social rules, and some of the basics laws that any resident here in Germany or the citizen here needs to know about them. So there's a list of these 300 questions that you have to prepare for them. And once you prepare for these 300, so out of this 300, there are about 10 questions which are specific to the state that you're living in, which means when you appear for the exam, that there would be total 33 questions. And out of this 33 questions, 3 questions would be specific to your state. So you have to prepare these extra 10 questions which are specific to your state, and then out of these 10, only 3 of them would come. So 30 questions would be about entire Germany, and these 3 questions would be about your state that you're living in. So what is the passing criteria, right? So out of these 33 questions, you need to make sure you get 17 right in order to pass the exam. So if you have 17 right, you will automatically pass the exam. It's that simple. So I did my exam last year in June, and I got the result in August, which means it took about a month until I received the results. So here is my certificate. As you can see, it would look like this. I got 32 right out of 33. So, but the minimum you need to get right is about 17. So I got this certificate in a month, which I used to apply for my PR as well as for the German passport. So you need this. So and then afterwards, when you apply for the PR, you need to make a copy of this, and then you also have to take the original form of it to the office. And for example, for the passport, they will check with the original and then they will keep a copy. But now let's deep dive into how you can book this center first, how you can find an appointment to do this test, and then we will also move into how you can best prepare yourself. So I'm going to share my screen and I will show you how you can do the booking first, and then we'll also deep dive a little bit into how you can prepare yourself. Let's go. Hi everyone. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to write, let's say, Einbürgerungstest. I'm going to just take my city as an example. I'm just going to write Einbürgerungstest, and then I'm going to say Cologne, and then we'll see. So I'm just going to quickly open the first two links, and then we'll see what details are there. So here. So when I wrote the Einbürgerungstest Cologne, so it gave me the very first link was this one. And here you can already see an overview of the upcoming tests. So you can already see that there is a test in May, June, July, and so on. And here's also gives you an Anmeldungsschluss, like until when you can actually register yourself. So you can register yourself for the one in May until 18th of April. So you have all these dates available. So this is the way you can check. And there's also the email address if you have any questions. And then they also give you some of the details. And the address for this test center is this one. So it's the one in Cologne. And as you can see, they have all the details here. So this is one thing, right? So through this, you can actually prepare yourself, or you can manage to get the test date, or you can actually make sure when is the closest option for you. You can also choose a place or the city next to yours if you are in a hurry. So maybe I just tried for Cologne. You can try for your own city. And then if there's nothing available there, you can also try for the other closest cities. So that's the thing about how you can find an appointment and how you can register. So in this case, you have to go to this address. You have to register yourself in person. I'm mentioning it again that you cannot register via online. You can ask them if there are any seats available on this email address. But in order to register, you have to go there in person and you have to pay around 25 euros for the registration. So that's everything about registration. And now we will move into how you can prepare. So like I said, there are 300 questions. So I'm going to write Lebens in Deutschland. And then, for example, you would see a lot of websites through which you can actually prepare yourself. You can go through the questions. But one of the things that I did, for example, here, so I'm going to choose this Lebens in Deutschland, this website, and then we'll see what is there. So when you go here, you can actually see, for example, here, there's a list of all the states. And then if you want to do the practice test, you can choose your state and then you can already start doing the test as a mock test. But if you want to prepare for these questions, then you have to go here, Fragen. And here you would see a list of all the questions. For example, from questions 1 to 30 on the first page and so on until 300. So for example, I'm just going to start with the first 30 questions, and then it also has the correct answer, right? So I would highly recommend that you go through this website and try to study or understand each questions at least once. So in my case, what I did, I just went through the questions one by one, and I also tried to make myself understand each question. And just for your information, the test is going to be in German, so I highly recommend that you prepare yourself also in German. But if you're reading the questions for the first time to understand, you can use the Google Translator, easy. And then from there, you will get the translation of all the questions, right? So what I did was I translated the page, and then I actually read through um, all the questions, and then I tried to understand, like, for example, the first question is about Meinungsfreiheit, and then on so on. So I would recommend you go through all of these questions, like one by one, and try to understand. And then once you understand, and just make sure some of the translation, whenever the Google translates the word that is rules, law, maybe court, all these legal terms, sometimes the translation is not correct. So I always try to make sure if the questions are if the options are very similar, I also try to look for the original version in German just to make sure that I understand it correctly. So what I did was I went through all these 300 questions and I tried to understand. And in my case, what I did, I tried to understand like once in German and once in English as well, so that I don't have to go through the list again. So I went through all 300 questions in one go. Like you don't, like maybe each evening I was just sitting down and doing maybe 30 or 60 questions. And I think I was prepared within a week. So that you can do. And then once you feel you're ready, and then you want to practice how much you have learned, then you can go to the test. And then you can choose your state. For example, I live in NRW, and then I can do my test. But when you do the test, make sure you do not do it in the translated version, always do in the original version in German, so that you would be familiar with the options. The test is usually quite easy, so you don't have to worry about it. But I would recommend that you do these mock tests at least 3 times. I think I did it like 5 times. So just make sure that you're ready for it. And then I'm pretty sure you can do the test quite easily. In the description, I will also give you a link for this website that you can just switch between the test and the Fragen, and then you can prepare yourself. And also one other thing, if you are not sitting on your laptop and maybe you want to do on your phone, then what you can do is there is an app that is called Lebens in Deutschland. It's this one. You can also install this in your phone, and then maybe on the go when you're walking, when you're in the bus, or when you're in the tram, then you can also do on your phone. And then I think you can also do the mock test there, and then you can just swipe the questions and I try to understand. You can also do that. I did not do this because I just wanted to understand the questions all in one go, like while I'm home. So I was doing it on my laptop. But you can also do this app. And for some of my friends, this app has been quite useful. So it's just called Lebens in Deutschland Test. It looks like this. And then you can install this, and then maybe you can prepare yourself from here. So I think that is it. So for example, when you do your test here, your 30 questions would be from those 300 questions, and the last 3 questions would be based on your state. So what you can do is when you do your test, you can also look into the questions for your own state. So I prepared all 10 questions for NRW, And maybe if your state is something different, Hamburg, if it's Bremen, Berlin, and so on, you can prepare those questions. So 10 questions from the state, and everything else will be about the entire Germany. So I think this is enough information. If you do this, I'm pretty sure you are 100% ready for the test. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you good luck for your test. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment and I will get back to you. But until then, I hope you get a good grade and I hope you pass, and I hope you get your PR or your German passport as soon as possible, which is a little bit difficult to say in Germany, but I hope the whole process goes very smooth for you. But if you have any questions also regarding the PR and the passport, you can also leave a comment and I will try to help you as much as I can. But until then, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.